Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are, for reals this time, finishing up Avatar The Last Airbender. This is Book 3, Chapter 21, Sozin's Comet, Part 4, Avatar Aang. Oh, I'm so afraid we're gonna lose some people in this one. I know they don't really deal a lot with death in this series, and when they do, they don't really show it or address it head on. It's always more of a hint. But I can't help but feel that we're gonna lose someone or something in this one. And oh yeah,
I hate the title because usually it's often the previous avatars that are being called like Avatar Roku, Avatar Kyoshi, uh, Avatar whatever, and Aang has often just been called Aang or the Avatar.
yes.
So Avatar Aang it's just giving me the wrong connotations. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I
So you think
can't.
like as in they're talking about him in past
Yeah,
tense.
I can't.
Ooh, yeah. Let's not go down that road. But yeah, the last one it was just the shit hit the fan. A lot happened. A lot of fighting. Order of the White Lotus trying to take back Ba Sing Se. We got Zuko and Katara going for Azula, who's completely lost it, challenged Zuko to an Acne Kai, and then fucking going for Katara with the lightning, but Zuko jumped in front of it, and that's where we are right now with them. And then we got Sokka and Suki and Toph going to take out the airships, and that's like they got kind of split up as well. I hope Suki's okay. And then, of course, Aang taking on Osai and just, yeah, being on the defensive through the entire thing. Is he gonna go on the attack at some point during this fight? What is he gonna do to save the world? And can he do it without killing Osai? That's yeah, I think that's that's what we're gonna get into here. I don't. Oh, we are so close to finishing up this amazing, amazing series. We only have this one episode left, of course, and it's just I almost don't want to press play because as soon as I do, then it's gonna happen, and then there's no going back. But yeah, it's gonna be a boring video if it's just us sitting here and staring out into the void and not watching anything and just pushing it and pushing it. So. Do you have anything you want to say before we start the episode?
Our upstairs neighbors apparently drank a billion liters of coffee or something and now put on their heavy brake shoes because they are noisy as ever. So if you hear anything that's not related to us or the reaction part, it's just them being annoying as hell.
Yeah, as per usual. Sometimes our upstairs neighbors they just decide to stomp all over the place everywhere they go. So that kind of brought me back to reality. Anywho, you're ready. I'm ready. Hope you guys are ready. And here we go. All right. That was the end. Avatar The Last Airbender. I know I just said it at the end of the reaction, but this might just be one of the best finales to anything I have ever seen or experienced in my life. And I think it's safe to say you feel the same.
I can't believe we.
Can't stop crying either. Oh man, and yeah, it was a happy ending. It was, and even though like we were preparing for the worst and kind of knew that no, it's not gonna get completely dark and people are like we're not gonna lose all of our heroes, but it's still yeah. The tear bending that was a lot of tear bending going on. There's still a lot of tear bending going on as you can see. Oh, honey.
These are tears of happiness
Yes, that
because
was. Yeah.
nobody died.
He didn't even have to kill Osai. Even Osai survived. He took away his freaking bending.
I did.
And
I was talking about that, But I was talking about like breaking his arms or making him limp
taking
or
him
something.
in a
but
physical way, taking away his ability to bend. But no,
it never
was.
occurred to me that he would be able to actually take away his powers.
And
like
that is because I knew there was more to what
Yeah.
the lion turtle what it told him,
Maturity, yeah.
and when it touched him and we saw the green light, and that is, you can what they are using to bend, like what makes you a bender is your spirit inside of you, but that can also be manipulated, so to say. So if
It
you
can corrupt you.
exactly, and Aang was able to take that away from Osai, so that he can no longer hurt anyone else. And it was so close. Like they really took it to the edge there with Osai maybe taking over Aang, but no, he just that was not gonna happen. He pulled enough power to just revert that, or change the direction, so to say, so that he took over Osai and his spirit, so to say, took away the bending and just rendered him completely like a non-threat now.
And that's Osai kept talking about like you're weak. You have all this power in the whole wide world, and still you won't kill me. You're weak, and it's just like, no, that's exactly why he's the strongest person in the world, because he has all the power he could ever ask for, but he still didn't want to use it for. Yeah, he didn't want to let himself be corrupted by.
Yeah. He didn't want to hurt anyone, and that's, I think we've said it a couple of times before, that is true strength. Like, it's not in the physical aspect of it, and just having all this power. No, like having the strength to tell yourself, no, don't
give into that.
Yes, don't give into the hate, and don't give into the anger, don't give into
fear,
any of that shit that will lessen you as a person. No, you need to stand above it, and that's why it's real strength. What Aang did, that was the true test right there, because he could have taken him out even before that with the lightning, and he didn't. He went like that. He did the hardest thing possible, which, yeah, and that shows true strength. So fuck yes, Aang. That was definitely the right title for this episode. Avatar Aang. He was the best of all of them, and he saved the world just like he was destined to, with the help of his friends. Very important. Like, you can't do any of this alone, because we see what happens when you're alone and you can trust, and when you think you can trust no one around you, then you become someone like Azula, who, yes, completely lost it. And like, even her bending wasn't taken away in the same way that Osai's bending was taken away, but Katara still managed to physically, just bind her hands and restrain her, so that she couldn't bend anymore, and then she was just throwing a tantrum on the ground there, and once again losing it completely. So that's what happens when you're alone and you can't lean on anyone. And even someone like Osai, who had a lot of power, but as soon as you take that away from him, he's nothing. He has no one around him. Absolutely no one, nothing. But sorry, staying on Osai just a little bit here, and I know jumping ahead in the episode, but when he was in the cell and Zuko went to visit him, Zuko asked him, or he told him to tell him, where is my mother? That's why I'm here. And that was a little bit of a to be continued in a sense. I know there are some comics that kind of explain what happens after the finale here and before Legend of Korra, because Legend of Korra is like 100 years after this.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're gonna have to dive into some comics to find out what happens.
I need to know.
Yes, we're gonna pick up those comics and we're gonna talk about them. So I think we're gonna do some videos about those comics, or maybe I am, or we're gonna figure it out. That's it's still up in the air. But I can't believe it's over. Fuck. It was such a good show.
It was like the best possible ending. It was Aang not compromising himself. It was peace and prosperity. It was everybody laughing at blind jokes
Yeah, yeah.
in Iroh's tea shop.
Yes,
And
Iroh and his tea shop. He got to do that, and he got to conquer Ba Sing Se finally, or
yeah,
take it away from the Fire Nation. He
and
did it.
burn down the Fire Nation flag,
Flags
and
or
it was
banners.
such a powerful statement, that one. And just even May was waiting for Zuko,
Yeah, she got out.
and yeah, and
Ty Lee as
Ty
well.
Lee
Yeah.
was even adopted into the Kyoshi warriors.
Yes.
And because they were bonding in
While they were imprisoned.
exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, once again, like May was waiting for Zuko, and I was in the impression that Zuko and Katara ended up together, but
No.
I'm kind of happy that was not the case. And
No, that would have felt a little bit weird, and especially with Aang, and because he doesn't need to detach himself from this world. I think we established that. And being with Katara, that's definitely not gonna make that attachment, or that it's not gonna make it any weaker. And it was just, as you said, the best possible outcome in pretty much any situation we got there. And got to see everybody returning, Hakoda and the rest of the Water Tribe, everybody who helped them. We got to see them again. And then, Zuko becoming the new Fire Lord, and telling everybody, like, while he was being crowned, and we're entering an age of peace and prosperity. We have a lot of work to do to make up for these, last 100 years of, 100 years of war and tragedy.
He said that everyone was scarred, and I think those, of course, he has like a scar.
The physical scar,
exactly.
and even Aang has a scar.
So everybody has scars, and they have to overcome some difficulties with like not merging, but at least trying to get to a state of true peace and prosperity. And this weird transition period. But I just thought that the whole symbolic thing about the scars, and especially Zuko's scars, to remember the hardships he went through, and what the corrupted Fire Nation, what it ended up costing him. And
but that's also what made him stronger. The whole road that he had to walk, and learning from the mistakes, and even said it to Osai in the cell, like, I hope that's what's in store for you as well, like that you're gonna learn from your mistakes, and that you can finally walk the right path, just like I did. It's as you're saying, like Zuko and Aang and everybody here that we saw, and everybody in this world right now, they all have scars. The entire world has scars, both inside and outside. But that is how, like, they can move on. They can learn from everything that happened in the past 100 years. It's gonna take a while. They can't just heal overnight all of these scars.
They will never forget.
Yes, and they will probably never forget and never fully heal. But I think they don't, like, they shouldn't want them to either, because it's still a reminder of what they went through, and the cost of all this, and why the world needs peace and prosperity now. It's very I got some Return of the King vibes there, from all the Lord of the Rings, with the obvious one being Zuko being crowned, and talking about peace and prosperity, but also just this sense of closure. And even though, like, they had to make some sacrifices along the way, it was still a good outcome. They defeated the evil. Didn't even have to, I've mentioned it, but didn't even have to kill Osai. Just defeated them. And then there was also, I think you mentioned this, when the camera wasn't rolling, but like the sense of celebration that we got at the end of Return of the Jedi, and another return there, but from a big movie franchise. But I got those feelings, and watching this, that I got, or some of the same feelings that I got from Return of the Jedi and Return of the King. So
a lot of returns.
Sorry for the rambling and the mumbling. It's just a lot is going on up here right now, and it's hard to keep everything straight. And we are definitely gonna do a big Avatar: The Last Airbender summary at some point in the future, live stream, or yeah, we'll let you guys know, because this is we're gonna have to let this marinate a little bit maybe. And I know I'm saying all of this without us actually being done talking about it right now in this video. But yeah, just wanted to mention it. And as I said, everything is just rumbling around up there right now. So I think I'm just gonna let you get into some things about the episode if you have some more.
Sure. I think there's a real lesson with Zuko actually confronting Ozai in the cell and saying thank you for banishing me because you put me on your path, my path. Sorry. And I think if you've ever been in some sort of abusive relationship or just like a very bad relationship or something, or just and I'm not only talking about like
romantic
relation, but like any kind of social relationship, and has been very toxic for you. Coming out on the other side and actually being able to say thank you for putting me on my path. I think not only do I think it's quite this slap in a person's face, but I also think it shows true strength and maturity, saying, hey, you actually gave me something. And not being able to see this horrible thing, this horrible person, or this horrible toxicity in your life, and actually seeing it as something that you grew from and that you matured from, and just using that to become a better person, and just realizing, hey, you put me on my path to become who I am, or to become something greater, or if it's a romantic relationship, put me on the path that is the person you love now, and what you learn from that super toxic relationship. I speak on my own behalf, of course. But so I think there's a real lesson and real power in those words from Zuko.
Yeah, I think you are very much right there. Being able to face your abuser in that way, in the way that Zuko did, and not with anger and hatred and being like, you took a piece of me, or you robbed me from a part of my life, or no, but being thankful and being like, yeah, this is what happened. This is the road I went down, and you started me on that road. May have been because like it was just because of abuse and because you're a horrible person, but you still started me on this road that led me to who I am today. So I don't want to hate you. I just want to say thank you, and I hope that you get to experience the same thing. Holy shit, that's a lot of strength right there. Not succumbing to, like, because Zuko could just as easily have been like, no, Aang, I'm not gonna let him live. Like, he's done too much to me and the Fire Nation. Like, if he had been vindictive, but no, we know that Zuko is an honorable person, and that is why he was the right person to lead the Fire Nation and restore order and peace and prosperity.
And we were talking about it before, but I think it was also very powerful, of course, Aang getting back to the Avatar state and actually like releasing that and getting back to it, and that was because he was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was basically pushing a button in the scar, like.
Yeah, it was like what happened the last time when he just entered the Avatar state at the end of book 2, and Azula shot him with the lightning, and it kind of just picked up from that point on. So what really happened, like, internally? What happened there that made him go into the Avatar state other than getting pushed in the scar? I'm not quite sure.
No,
actually. But he did go into the Avatar state, and he was beating the shit out of Ozai at that point.
Damn, he was powerful. Just went straight into that whole ball of.
Yeah, the ball with the elements around it. Yeah, it doesn't sound very cool, but it definitely was. And yeah, then almost killed him, but didn't. And we talked about that.
But it was just this whole thing that he was pushed in the back, and it was almost like turning it on again, completely turning on again by being pushed into the same place and just kickstarting everything and powering up, but very quickly. And yeah, I just thought it was also very powerful. But also when he actually pinned Ozai down just before he was killing him, all the avatars said, Ozai, we want to end this. You have been corrupting this world. You have been destroying this world. You and yours. And we want to end this. We need to end this. We need to cleanse this earth and restore balance and everything. It was of course it was powerful, but yeah, it was, that was all the avatars talking.
Yes.
That was not Aang. And
Aang is different.
Yes.
And he's not just the avatar. He's Aang. He's
Aang.
His own person.
He is, and that's while all these avatars, they were saying like you have to be decisive, you have to do stuff, you have to
put your own wants and needs aside. Like you can't be a person. You are just the avatar. You need to do what the avatar is supposed to do, and just kind of rendered him as a non-person. Which
saying that we have control over you and you don't have control over yourself. And then he just said, no, I'm just going to turn this down. I'm not going to do this. And and it was just so powerful, even him just, turning it completely off and doing, like, being his own avatar, being himself.
Yes.
And once again, I think I also touched upon this subject in one of the earlier ones, in the earlier finale discussions. But this whole thing about, staying true to yourself, and I'm really happy that they kept true to themselves, because, as I said, I would have been let down if the avatars kind of took over and everything. But of course, it's a children's show about staying true to yourself and being a good person, like the best you can be. And even if you either, go down the wrong path, you could always turn to the right one, and you can still redeem yourself. You can still regain your honor, and destiny is a funny thing.
Yes, it really is. And all this avatar talk and what happened and with the lion turtle once again, it just shows us that there are some things in this world that are still very powerful, very mysterious. There are forces at work that is more powerful than the avatar, because that is the route he chose to take. It was what he learned from that one conversation there, and with the touching on the forehead and the light, and being able to take the bending away from Ozai ultimately. I'm curious if this had anything to do, like this worldly power that is going on, if that had anything to do with the tornado all the way back in the swamp episode, the one that kind of called to Aang, or this voice that kind of called to Aang, and then the tornado kind of forced them to land in the swamp, and then the swamp people were like, no, that's not us, and we never really got an answer to that. So I think like there are definitely some forces at work that were guiding Aang, that was not Avatar related, and I don't even know if it was Spirit World related.
No, I think it was this whole thing that Guru Patik, he was talking about, or was it Guru Patik, or no, the guy in the swamp that was talking about this whole thing that with the world is one big living organism.
Yeah, and we got it both there and with the Guru.
I think it was
like
a
combination.
They were basically talking about the same thing. So everything is one, and one is everything, and this whole, it's a very the Force like, actually. It's basically just the Force at work, and just in a different setting.
Yeah.
Like how all these, as you say, all these forces.
Yes. This was the will of the Force and not the will of the Jedi. Sorry, I had to compare it in a way.
It's like there's all these energies, these cosmic energies, and everything is threaded and molded into each other. And as I said, one is all is one.
Yeah, even the elements,
and the Avatar is just like a product of that.
Yeah, or just someone who can manipulate and use these elements and powers and all, like what's going on in the world, with the spirits and the spirituality, but they are not what made it. They don't like, they're just using it. They're not controlling it, so to say. So there are bigger forces at work,
Yeah.
and destiny, and yeah, a lot of that through the entire series, of course.
Yeah, and I just have one last thing to say. I don't know if you're done, but
Pretty. Oh yeah, I'm done with this. Yes.
I just, of course, like this is so obvious, but like we have two heroes here. We have the person that was born a hero. Aang, he was literally born into be.
Yeah, he was just
to be a hero because he's like the guy, the Avatar. Yeah. And then we have the hero that was molded into one through hardships in life, and you know, this whole redemption arc. And we had these, of course, they were mirrored for so many reasons. But we have the hero that was born one and one that stepped up to become one.
Yes.
And it just shows that you can be a hero in your own life.
Yes, definitely.
And you don't have to be born one. You can become one.
Yes, and true strength, and wow, yeah.
I love this series.
It really, 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 with those, yeah, especially with those two characters, Zuko and Aang, it came full circle. And yeah, before we end, I just want to say, like, the character development, the characters staying true to themselves all the way through, it was just amazingly done. Great writing right there. And yeah, everything that went into this series, everybody working on it did an amazing job, I think, from the animation to the music and the voice acting as well. It was all across the board. It was just thumbs up. I don't really have anything bad to say about anything, even though I had some... I have my qualms about Azula in the past. I understand her way better now, and it was good to see her come undone during these last episodes, and you know what kind of a damaged person she really is, and then and then you can start feeling bad for her. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. I can keep praising this series on and on and on.
Yeah, I've known this for quite a long time now, but this has become my favorite TV series of all time.
And yeah, it's definitely way up there, way up there for me as well. And now we'll just have to rewatch it at some point. Now we can just do it in our own time, and maybe it's going to be a yearly thing, just like we do with Lord of the Rings and other stuff that we love to watch together, and in bed under the covers and just watching something that we love. And now Avatar can join the ranks. Huh? And drink
with a cup of tea.
And drink a cup of tea. Oh yes, definitely. I'm sure Iro would appreciate us drinking some tea while watching Avatar: The Last Airbender again at some point. But now, for now, we finished Avatar: The Last Airbender. We don't know exactly what we're gonna be doing as the next series. If it's gonna be The Legend of Korra, or if we're gonna start a new show, we're gonna let that be up to our dear patrons. So yeah, whatever they choose, that's what we're going to do. So either it's going to be, as I said, Legend of Korra, or we're going to have all of you vote on something new. But yeah, keep an eye on our community tab with the schedules and everything, and we will let you know there. So fuck yeah, unless you have anything else you want to say, any closing words here?
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done as well. This was emotionally draining, but amazing to watch the last 4 episodes in one go. And now our watch has ended, so to say, when it comes to Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I don't want to keep on rambling and mumbling, and things are still all over the place up in my head. So just gonna say thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey. It has been a lot of fun. We hope that you enjoyed it, seeing our reactions and listening to us talk about it afterwards. We definitely enjoyed it all the way through. This was an amazing journey, amazing series. Cannot say it enough. Has become one of our absolute favorites ever, and for you, the absolute favorite. So, yeah, that's it, folks. Thank you once again, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.